All right, good morning. Welcome to the Sports Talk with Kerry Wehmeyer show for Saturday, November 13th. We're going to be going over today's sports headlines here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Also, later on this evening, we will have LSU football coverage here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. That will be around 6:30. So if you want to come in, watch the game with us, we will have the game. It will not be from a copyrighted site. It will be on Buff Stream. So if you want to come in and watch the game, you're welcome to do it. We will have it on for you. So if you once again, thanks for joining us. We will send you links out. So we'll go ahead. We're going to talk about we're going to talk about the New Orleans Pelicans. Pelicans lost last night, 120-112. We'll go over that game with you today. So we will do that today. So thanks for joining us. So we appreciate you coming in on this Saturday morning. So let me go ahead and put this in. So for the Facebook viewers, I'm going to set it up for you in a second. Let me put those let me put the links in. I'll set that up for you. There it is. Links are posted. Facebook and Twitter. Facebook, YouTube. Twitter, we can't do it because they changed over to from Periscope to Twitter Live, so it's kind of hard to do. So we can't. If the Twitter folks come in and request the link, we will put it in there. Glad we put it in there. Okay, let's go ahead and recap what happened last night. New Orleans Pelicans did lose the game last night by the score of 120-112. Like I said, this team right now, 1-12, is not going to cut it because Coach Green, when he the other night during his press conference, he absolutely laid on those players that didn't give 100%. And I guarantee you, look, if you don't want to give 100% here, hit the door. Don't let it hit you on the ass on the way out because we don't need you here. We don't need you. I mean, we need players that are going to give 100%. Not be some prima donna player that's going to sit on the bench, look pretty and stuff like that. We don't need that right now. I mean, look, I'm going to give Coach Green the benefit of the doubt. I'm absolutely going to give him the benefit of the doubt. He spoke out about these players, but half of them, be honest with you, they want to play, but some of them, they want to sit out and all that. So like I said, there's no need for that. Let's go ahead and give you a full highlight recap. We'll give you full highlights from let's go ahead and do that. I'll put that in the screen. We'll have House of Highlights giving you the Pelicans game recap. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Hit that button. We'll
just continues on. It's contagious, rubbing off on his teammates. And Joe Harris.
So nice little shot by Joe Harris to start off the first quarter. So that was in the first quarter, 2-0. Then the Pelicans, then Brooklyn. No, they hit some nice shots. That's Brooklyn hit some pretty good shots right there. That was at the 10:30 mark in the first quarter.
He starts to catch a rhythm from the three-point line, and the Pelicans will look to run. They want to get you in transition.
Kevin Durant with the shot.
And here comes Harden.
Here comes Harden, and Harden gets the basket. So the Pelicans, it was 7-7.
That is absolutely true.
Shot was good.
Pass, good ball movement. Herbert Jones left wide open, and he knocks down the dribble.
So he knocks down the J. Herbert knocks down the tray for the Pelicans. So it's 15-10 Pelicans at the 7-17 mark.
Harris once again from deep.
Dimes are just not hitting the same consistency and efficiency that we saw, particularly last year.
So pretty good shots right there. They made some pretty good shots.
Tomas Saturansky in the game. Jackson Hayes also in for the Pelicans. Hart lays that one in. Coast to coast, outside, good ball movement. Can he make it 5 for 5? Yes, indeed.
That's a pretty good shot.
Marcus couldn't handle it. Howard going to have to put it up quick. And he knocks down the tray. 5 seconds.
So they led 26-23. Shot was good there on that shot.
Kevin Durant.
So Kevin Durant gets a nice little basket. So it was 33-28 Pelicans trailed. So Millsap's gets in the act as well. Carter knocks down a 3 on that one.
James Harden at the scorer's table. He ready to check in as Alexander.
And that shot was good.
Hoping that will change, given how he's shooting so far.
Ball movement for the Pels. Outside shot from Josh Hart.
So Josh Hart knocks down that 3. So nice little shot by Josh Hart. And Brooklyn has the ball 43-40, 3-point game, and nice little throwdown by Brooklyn.
He's going to fire from deep and
knocks down a good extra 3-point shot.
3-point shots by the Nets. 10 of 14.
Blake Griffin.
So Blake Griffin gets in with a basket.
Absolutely special to watch him move. Out of the timeout, Jackson Hayes takes.
So Jackson Hayes gets it home.
Harris knocks down the tray. Naturally, a lot of fans will show up to see James Harden.
Shot was good.
This thing rolling in.
See if I didn't get no.
57-50. Temple driving and laying it in. 61-53 as Valanciunas takes it outside. Temple knocks down the tray.
The pop and everything's here.
Under a minute now. Wide open. James Harden.
You're worried about Kevin Durant, so you leave James Harden.
That's what you got to worry about. You know, if you think you're going to be worried about KD, you better worry about James Harden. He's going to get those shots off. That was at home.
They are 30th in the NBA in offensive rebounding. You've seen it on the last 2 possessions. Going dancing. Harden. Bouncing this step on the defensive side. There's a steal. Pulled away. Bruce Brown. Lays it in and the foul.
They are one of the bottom 5 defenses in the league, but there's a lot of characteristics of just how the Nets are moving and rotating offensively.
Harden, another opportunity. Going to Herbert Jones. A step back, then a pass to Kevin Durant. Knocking down the... Kevin Durant with 18 points. Jones with the flush.
Jones with a nice shot.
That's an area the Pelicans have really struggled with this season. It's Temple.
So Temple knocks down the shot.
The fact that because of Harden and KD, you're going to leave a 3-point shooter like Joe.
Providing a spark off the bench somehow, some way. There's a turnover. And Jones finishes with the flush. Fourth quarter underway here at Smoothie King Center. Saturansky outside. Alexander Walker.
Saturansky knocks down the shot. A pretty good shot by Saturansky.
Since the 2015-2016 campaign. No Zion Williamson, no Brandon Ingram. And they're trying to make a run. The Nets is Joe Harris.
So a pretty good shot there. Valanciunas.
Defensive possession so far. Hart has to take a tough shot. No, but another.
So pretty good shots right there they was making.
Kevin Durant making his way to the score. Harden on the drive. What's up and in? Lost a handle and is stolen by Satoransky. Murphy the third takes the three.
That was an excellent shot right there.
Almost lost a handle. Hart driving.
So Hart goes to drives to the lane, makes a basket.
Stops inside the Griffin. Forced out. And an outside three goes down.
Yeah. So it's 105-104. Let's see what happens in the fourth quarter. Let's see. Shot was good. They made it 110-106.
110-106. Dallas shoots. 10-106. Dallas shoots. Alexander Walker going at Griffin and he lays it into the left hand. Turn around, the double team comes. Patty Mills off his chest to Joe Harris in the corner. He's going to have to put it up, and he does. Finally, even with Joe Harris running. Valanciunas going at Blake.
Valanciunas gets the basket right there.
70 seconds to go. Kevin Durant to Griffin. And rolls through. Another big possession. Harden from deep.
Harden knocks down the three. I'm going to tell you, that was just a formality right there with James Harden.
That's how the ball game concludes. 120-112.
I'm going to tell you. Hold on, let me drop this out. Sorry about that. We'll put on the we'll go ahead and put on the press conference. Willie Green talk about last night's game. So I'm gonna go ahead and press that button.
All right, Coach. All right, Coach, we got a lot to unpack after that one. I guess the question to you is, when you talk to the team post-game, is it a message of, all right, guys, that's what it's going to take each and every night to put yourself in a position to win basketball games?
Yeah, absolutely. I thought our competitiveness went to another level. We started the game competing. We had somewhat of a drop-off in the third quarter, and then we just took it to another level. That's how we got in the game and took the lead, I believe. We took the lead by 1 or 2 or something like that. So we have to do that every game. And we can't wait till we get down 20 points. I told the team the same thing.
Did Trey Murphy maybe turn a corner tonight in the sense that even if the shot's not falling, you can impact the game in other ways, specifically on the offensive glass and the stickbacks? I mean, that sequence that he had, that might have been the early sequence of his young career.
Absolutely. I'm proud of Trey. He responded along with the rest of our guys. Everyone that touched the floor tonight, they came in and they responded. It's just tough, man, coming up short like we are. There's no moral victories in the NBA. And
yeah.
As much as I am proud of our guys, I'm disappointed in the fact that we lost, and that won't change.
You guys got back into that game, started the fourth quarter. It looked like a lot of reserves were on the floor. Just what did you see from your bench overall tonight? Did you think it was a step in the right direction?
Yeah, it is. Our guys, once again, they came in, they played together, they played with force. We all competed. We shared the ball. We had 26 assists, a few too many turnovers against this team. Once again, our margin for error is really small. So we have to take care of the ball and get quality shots every time down the floor. For the most part, we did that, but we're playing against a team offensively that it's one of the best in the NBA.
Yeah, and what did you just see defensively from your team on Harden? I mean, I know it's a great player, but pretty big night from him.
Yeah, we just tried to mix up our coverages on him and show him different looks, make him get off the ball. He did a really good job of getting to the free throw line, and that's the key, is make him take tough shots, but keeping him off the free throw line. And tonight, he got down the lane. He stuck his arms out. We reached. He goes to the free throw line. That's how he's able to rest and score more points.
How much have you guys been pushing Trey to use his size and get on the boards like he was tonight?
We push all of our guys, Trey included. They have to step on the floor and do things, Grab, like you said, that it's not about scoring. It's about how can I help my team? How can I help my teammates without necessarily scoring? Setting screens, running the floor hard, cutting, rebounding the ball, making an extra pass. We did that tonight. We just came up short.
Talk about it all the time, but just another big challenge for Trey. You guys had him on Harden a little bit, had him on Durant a little bit. Just how do you think he handled that tonight?
He handled it well. He went out and he competed his tail off. That's all we can ask for. But the bar is set, and we have to continue in this direction. We can't have letdowns, and we can't play against teams that we feel like we can beat and just not compete. Tonight we competed. Most games we compete. We can't wait till we get down 20. That's the deal for us.
And I felt like it was the most balanced night you guys had from a scoring standpoint. Is this kind of the recipe you're looking for while, Zion remains out and whenever Brandon gets back?
Yeah, it is. Everyone has to step up, which they did tonight. And once again, I'm proud of the way we played, how we played together. We fought, and that's what it's going to take. All of our guys have to step up, no matter who's on the floor. And tonight we did that. For the most part, we did that tonight.
Garrett's a guy you're stuck with, even though he's had a couple of nights where his shot was a little off, had a season high in scoring tonight. Just what did you kind of see from him out there?
He's a vet. He knows how to play. He's getting his legs under him, which is really good to see. And that's just added value. When we are healthy, when we get fully healthy, we have guys that can come in and contribute at a high level for us. Garrett is one of them. Sato, Trey, Herb, all of those guys can come in and contribute. And that's what we need.
Yes. That's what you definitely need. People that's going to compete. That's going to compete 99.9% of the time. So let's go over go over the box score. So I'm going to switch this, and we're going to go to the box score screen, and I'm going to give you the box score in this game. So I'm going to give you that. We're going to go quarter by quarter and half by half. So I'm going to put the box score in. Let me do that. Okay, let's going to go to the box score on the screen. Box score. Okay, the final stats. I'm going to go through those as well. Final stats. Brooklyn shot 50% in the game. Pelicans shot 48%. There was 43 of 88 shots. Brooklyn went had 18 3-pointers. The Pels had only 13. So it was they outscored them 18-13 on 3-point shots. But the percentages, Pelicans shot 40.6%. The Nets shot 52.5%. So 52.9% in the game. So they did shoot 52.9 versus 40.6% in the game. So that was in the game. Now, free throws. Brooklyn got to the line 27 times, converted 20 shots, good for 74%. Pelicans, 16 times, 13 shots, 81% in the game. So 81%. Now, rebounding aspects for the Pelicans, rebounding. Brooklyn had 34 rebounds. Pelicans had 43. Now, defensive rebounds. Brooklyn had 27 rebounds. Pels had 31. So the Pels outscored them on rebounds 31 to 27 on rebounds. Now, offensive rebounds, the Pels had 12 offensive rebounds. The Nets had 7. So they had 7. Pelicans had 12 offensive rebounds. So they kind of did pretty well rebounding the ball on offense. Now, defensively, they kind of was a little behind in the rebounding aspect, but they did pretty well in those defensive rebounds in the game. So that was in yesterday's ball game. Okay, your leading scorers in the game was Durant with 28, Harden with 39. So Durant, Harden with 39. Also, Harris with 24. So that's your three guys that would definitely make an impact scoring. Durant, Harris. Now the Pelicans three players. I'll go ahead and go give you Valanciunas at 20. Hart had 13. Graham had 14. Nikhil Walker had 16. Temple had 17. And we will pull these up, and I'm going to pull these up. These are your main guys that had double-digit scoring. Hart, Temple, Graham, Valanciunas, and Walker in the game. So that was your scoring, your leading scorers in the ball game. So we're going to break down. We're going to break down what happened in the first quarter. So I'm going to go through what happened in the first quarter. Brooklyn shot 63%. The Pels did shoot 11 of 23, 47.5%. Three-point shooting, Pels. Brooklyn went 7 for 10. Pelicans went 3 for 7. That was good for 42%, but the 70% was absolutely high versus the now rebounding aspects. Free throws 100% for Brooklyn, and they did not get on the line in the first quarter. Now that was 33 25, so 33-25 after one. Now the second quarter, we're going to go over the second quarter stats. Okay, second quarter stats. Brooklyn went 12 for 23 for 52%. Pels went 13 of 22. That was good for 59.1%. And three-point shooting, Brooklyn went 5 for 8 in the second quarter for about 62. The Pels went 5 for 9 for about 56% in the game. Now the rebounding aspects, let's go over to that. Okay, I'm going to go total rebounds first. Okay, total rebounds. In the second quarter, Pels had 10 total rebounds. Brooklyn had 7 defensive rebounds. Pels had 9. Brooklyn had 7. And then Brooklyn had 7-1 on offensive rebounds. That was in the second quarter. Now, in the first half, Brooklyn shot 57%. They also went 12 for 18 from the three-point line. And also, they had 17 rebounds in the first half. Also, the Pels went 53%. They also shot 50% in the half by three-pointers. So three-point shots, they went 8 of 16 for about 50% in the game last night. So they did pretty well shooting the ball in the first half for both of them. Now let's go to the third quarter stats. Okay, third quarter stats. Pels shot 50%, 8 of 16. They did shoot 3 of 6 for about 50%. Brooklyn shot 45%. They also went 3 of 8 for about 33% on three-point shots. So 3 of 9 in the third quarter. So good defensive plays. But Pels containing them on those threes. Now the turnovers, the Pels had 7 turnovers. The Brooklyn Nets had 4 in the third quarter. So let's go to the fourth quarter stats. Okay, quarter 4 stats. Brooklyn shot 42%. They also shot 42% on 3-point range. Pelicans shot 11 to 20 for about 40%. They kind of went cold on 3-point shots in the fourth quarter, but they also had 2 turnovers in the fourth quarter. So they only had 2 turnovers in the fourth quarter for the Pelicans. Now let's go to the half 2 stats. Okay, the second half stats. Okay, second half, Brooklyn shot 17 of 39 for about 43%. They did shoot 6 of 16 from 3-point range for about 37%. Now the Pels did shoot 19 of 43 for about 44%, but they did went 5 of 16 on 3-point shots for good for 31%. Now they went to the line 13 times, converted 10 shots for about 76%. Now Brooklyn went to the line 20 times, converted 70% of their shots. Now the turnovers in the third quarter, it was 7 to 9 to 7. So both teams kind of was a little sluggish when it comes to the turnovers in the game last night. So that was kind of the tip of the norm for the Pelicans. So now let's go over the 4 factors. Let's go over that. Okay, the pace, the Pelicans, both of them went at 95.3 on pace. Their field goal shooting, Pelicans was at 56%. Brooklyn at 61. Total turnover percentage, Pelicans was at 13.6. Brooklyn's at 11.4. Offensive rebound percentage, Pelicans was at 30 and Brooklyn at 18. Now, the offensive ratings in Pelicans was at 117 and the Brooklyn Nets were at 116 going into the game last night. So it was just like I said, it was not a good night for the Pelicans, losing the game 120 to 112. I'll be honest with you. Look, some of the numbers right there, they did shoot well in one of those halves. But the truth of the matter is, look, we can't have any moral victories, like Coach Green said. So with that, once again, this was the Pelicans breakdown. We'll have another game breakdown that'll be after tonight's games. So we'll have a full post-game show tonight talking about Pelicans, LSU, Tulane, Saints, Southeastern. So we'll have that tonight for you after the games. So let's switch this over. And I'll click the share, stop the share buttons. And we'll go to some news. Okay, let me get this. Let's look at this article from last night. The Chalmette article last night. Okay, Chalmette won 21-20 last night over the Houghton team that came from Bossier City. They had a chance to go for a 2-point conversion. To go for a 2-point conversion to win the game. But unfortunately, it didn't was completed. So they did win 21-20. They will take on West Monroe next Friday night in Nuss. So that'll be a home game for the Owls next week. So So the running game was absolutely was the epitome last night of what the Owls did last night. They had 207 yards on the ground. So they just those air offenses like there. Now they was down, being down 14-0. They did tie the game up. Horton. I mean, you got to give credit to Horton because these individuals that came from Bossier City. I'm gonna tell you, they were. I never heard of this team before. But they absolutely made an impression on us. Colin Range went 10 of 17. He had 153 yards. He had 2 touchdowns and an interception. Lewis had 13 catches for 56 yards in the game last night. Also, from seamless nature, critical miscues. So they had some miscues in the game. They did had a fake punt in the game that was did not work. They also was penalized for a chop block. Chalmette had 13 first downs. Later, the Owls looked up, looking for more points on the board in the fourth quarter when Julius Adams had a 23-yard field goal in the game. However, the Owls showed up with more plays that it mattered. Jason Tucker says, I felt performing in front of our home crowd. I've been here for 15 years. This is the first time we had a playoff game since. So, yeah, that's been since pre-Katrina days, back in 2004. They had the last playoff game that was at home. Quarterback Darryl Thompson says, it's a blessing for me to be able to lead this team. I'm not going to lie. I cried after the game. For me, so these young men absolutely deserved this game last night. They absolutely deserved to win tonight. Last night's game. So make no mistake about it. It's not, like I said, next week is not going to be a walk in the park because West Monroe, sure, they've been down and out as of late, but you got to give it your all against this team because they went on the road, and I'm gonna say this, and they gave it their hardest against North Shore because North Shore is a very hard football team to comprehend. After, like I said, after they won the game 37-30, I'm gonna be honest with you. Look, West Monroe. What, the last couple of years we played West Monroe, we lost those games. Now, this is going to be a different scenario for West Monroe. See, if we can get the crowd in it, that would be the biggest benefactor for the Owls team. We have to get the crowd involved in this game. Now, we can't have turnovers, can't have sloppy penalties, can't have none of this stuff against West Monroe because West Monroe, like I said, I mean, I know for one thing, I know for a fact, they coming to win this game next Friday night. So the Owls have to think what they're going to do. They're going to have to game plan. They have to make a lot of game preparations for this team. So, once again, Chalmette wins from last night, 21-20, final score. So we will move on. Okay, let's go ahead and go to Quest City Sports. Okay, we'll go over to Quest City Sports. I'll pull it up on the screen. So Quest City Sports is on the screen. We'll go through some Quest City Sports headlines. Mark Ingram returns to the Saints in perfect timing. So, yeah, I think that is a great great thing that he done to come back to the Saints. Because, look, I'll be honest with you. Look, him and Kamara are good friends and all that. They teammates and all that. So why separate them? They could be the biggest three-headed monsters on that football team to bear. So I say this, look, I think he's going to have a breakout game tomorrow against Tennessee tomorrow. So I think that's going to be the epitome right there. So this is from Quest City Sports. Go to questcitysports.com. So we'll hit this button. Okay, Mark Vine qualifies for the cross country championship. So congratulations to that young man, Bradley. Mark Vine, going to the cross country championship after winning the finishing 11th in the South Central Regional. That was in the cross country championships. So congratulations to him. Okay, game preview. Tech will take on Charlotte. That'll be at Joe Elias Stadium tonight. Louisiana Tech will play. So these are your informations on Tech. They're playing it. It'll be a 2:30 game. That game will be televised. Let's see. It's going to be televised on Stadium. So that game, you can go to Stadium and watch that game on the TV. Okay, Northwestern State carries confidence into the Southland Conference match. This is a rematch between Southeastern and the Demons. They will play this evening at 6:05 Central Time. The game will be seen on ESPN Plus. You can go watch that game on ESPN Plus. If you don't have it, you can get the free audio from Lion Sports Network and also Demon Sports Network, which is 94.9 up in Natchitoches. You can listen to that game as well. So the game will be later on. Okay, LSU Hall of Fame induction class, Laura Hinton, LSU football player. He was the first African-American player to play at LSU. He played in the fall of 1971. He attended LSU, played for the Tigers for a couple of years. He became so congratulations to Lori Hinton for becoming the Hall of Fame induction inductee. Okay, let's go over some more stuff on Crescent City Sports. Okay, Will Clark involved in 1993 free agency controversy. So it looks like that was back in 1993 when he played for the Texas Rangers. That was back in 1993. He was involved in it. Some kind of scheme or something, controversy or some stuff. So that's the so once again, this is from Crest City Sports. Go to crestcitysports.com. Okay, Southeastern Louisiana sets the Southland record for 3 wins. Men's basketball team they defeated Southeastern Baptist College. That was in the UC. Southeastern 1-1 on the season. Southeastern opened up with a 26-12 lead with 12:52 remaining in the first half. Then they exploded on a 23-5 run. A monster halftime lead, 77-32. Southeastern finished the opening halves with an eye-popping 70%. That was 28 out of 40 shots in the game. And let's see what else they have. Southeastern finished with 49 of 84 shooting, 58%. They also shot 47% from three-point range. Also had 30 assists in the game. Southeastern will play. It's in the Maxwell Lieberman Classic. That'll be at Paul Quinn College in the University Center. So that's a tournament for Southeastern they're playing in. Okay, Northwestern State historic season comes to a close in the opening round of the NCAA tournament. So congratulations to those young ladies from Northwestern State for making the NCAA soccer tournament. They finished their season 12-6-2, 10-2 in the conference. So they lost to Arkansas last night in their game. Okay, Louisiana Tech edges Jackson State 70-68 in their game last night at the in Ruston. Let's see what else we have. Looks like everything's covered. Okay, let's see what this is. Okay, Centenary moves for football should be shot access bowl for UNO. So it looks like that's probably going to be a I think UNO should start a football program. I mean, they started a football program a couple of years ago, but that was not a NCAA sanctioned sport. So I think in my opinion, I think UNO should start a FCS football program in their conference. I mean, it might be within years. I mean, and I think the city can definitely I think that the university can afford this getting a football program together, because you got boosters that support the basketball team, the baseball team, and stuff like that. But I think if UNO starts a program like Centenary, I think they can go a long way. So once again, this is from Crest City Sports. Go to crestcitysports.com. Okay, let's let's go over some college football scores. I'm going to go over some scores with you. So let me get those scores up, and I'll put them in the screen, and we'll give you a college football score update. Okay, college football score updates. Alabama on top of New Mexico State 21-3. Penn State on top 3-0. Baylor and Oklahoma scoreless. Oklahoma has the ball at their own 41-yard line. Mississippi State down 14-3 to Auburn, and Wisconsin on top 14-0. So that game's going on as we speak. So we'll go over to the FBS scoreboard. Give you okay, FBS scores. Okay. Okay. Sanford on top 21-14. That's at the end of one. So that's a absolute surprise of the day. Clemson on top 17-7. That's in the second quarter. Louisville on top 21-3. Also, Indiana down 17-0. UMass on top 10-7. Kansas State on top 14-0. And SMU on top 14-7. Memphis down 10-7. Houston on top 7-0. And Army on top 28-0. That's against Bucknell. So Army on top 28-0 against Bucknell. So we'll give you an FCS scoreboard update. Well, let me go over to the FCS scores. Okay, FCS scores. Let's see. Monmouth on top 14-7. Auburn on top 7-0. North Dakota State on top 14-0. That game is in the second quarter. Also, Leheim on top 3-0. Valparaiso on top 17-3. That's in the second quarter. Grambling down 17-0 against Bethune-Cookman. St. Francis, PA on top 16-0. Central Connecticut State on top 10-3. Sacred Heart on top 10-0. Dayton on top 17-6. And also Colgate and Lafayette, no score in that one. So that is your scores for this afternoon. Okay, we'll wrap it up. We'll go ahead and wrap it up for today. Okay. Okay, this concludes today's Sports Talk with Kerry Wehmeyer show. We will be back later on for LSU and Arkansas. That will be later on this evening, so that will be around 6:30. We'll be on for LSU. We'll be on all day with that. Also, we'll have if we get up around. I'll probably see if I could do. We'll do Tulane as well. We'll do Tulane maybe around 4 or 5. So we'll do Tulane around 4 or 5, and we'll have post-game coverage after that. So once again, thanks for joining us here. We'll be back again later for more football coverage here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter.